In March 1864, Abraham Lincoln appointed Ulysses S. Grant Lieutenant General, a post last held by George Washington. Grant now controlled the Union's 500,000 soldiers. Lincoln had, at long last, found the man he was looking for. Grant was tough, decisive, and unrelenting. Grant moved his army southward, inflicting heavy losses on the Confederates in his Wilderness Campaign. "Wherever Lee goes, I go," he vowed, as he mounted constant assaults on the Confederates.
People in the North were shocked at the losses after Cold Harbor. They were piling up bodies, literally. It was said at Cold Harbor you could walk from one end of the battlefield to the other across dead Union soldiers and your foot would never touch the ground, but it would be soaked in blood that would go all the way up to your knees. People in the North said, "What? We can't continue with this." But Grant knew that he must continue it because the only way to beat Lee was to destroy his army. And if you destroyed Lee's army, then you would destroy the last vestige of Southern resistance. No Southerner would stand after Lee had fallen.
Grant wanted to strike a death blow, something that would break the spirit of the Confederacy. He gave William Tecumseh Sherman 100,000 troops and orders to march all the way to Atlanta. Sherman tore his way through the South, finally capturing and burning the city of Atlanta, the military supply and rail center of the Deep South.
As far as the eye could reach, the lurid flames of burning houses lit up the heavens. I could stand out on the veranda and for 2 or 3 miles watch the Yankees as they came on.
After Atlanta, he made the decision to cut himself off from just following another Confederate army and to move across the richest counties in the Confederacy. He had studied census materials to find out what are the richest counties, and he was going to go from Atlanta to the sea. He was going to cut, as he said, a bloody swath and devour everything in his path. If they couldn't eat it, living on their bellies, what the Confederacy had for them to take, then they would destroy it. And the purpose of this was to let every Southerner know, because even those not hit directly would learn, let every Southerner know that we can move at will. I can move an army across a state and you can't stop us. And if I can move it there, I can move it anywhere. I will destroy you. That's a modern concept of total war. It shocked people in the middle of the 19th century. It shocks people still, but it worked.
The fall of Atlanta cheered the Northerners and helped Abraham Lincoln win re-election over Democrat George McClellan, his former commander-in-chief, who ran on a platform that denounced the war as a failure and called for a negotiated peace with the South.